Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the Firm Explained by Legal Trade Academy. In this episode, Inside the Firm, we step away from cases, outcomes, and legal arguments. Instead, we focus on structure, how law offices are organized, and why that organization matters long before any legal work is visible. Before we begin, it's important to set expectations. This episode is designed for general education and professional enrichment. It does not provide job training or certification. The goal is understanding what is rarely explained through the lens we call the Columbo effect, a disciplined habit of noticing what supports the work behind the scenes. Many people encounter law offices during high-stakes moments: stress, uncertainty, loss of control. People see formal language and structured procedures. They see professionals who appear focused and busy. What they do not see are the systems working quietly in the background. Intimidation comes from limited visibility, not chaos. Understanding begins with the bigger picture. When people picture a law office, they often imagine lawyers working alone, preparing arguments, or appearing in court. The focus is usually on an individual rather than on the organization around them. As a result, many people form their understanding of legal work from only what is shown publicly. That picture is not wrong, but it is incomplete. When people imagine a law office, what do they usually miss?
Everything. I generally think everything is missed because most times when you're watching a broadcast, it starts with the attorney in the courtroom. So you never get to see the inner workings, the preparation, all the facets from office services to the admins to, even getting to court. So you're seeing a person fully prepared and there's no background.
A law office is a professional organization. It is also a regulated business. Legal work does not happen in isolation. Attorneys are supported by people, systems, and structure. How would you describe a law office to someone who's never seen how one actually functions?
I would explain a law office as kind of like a tree. And I think the attorney would be the branch, and the staff, the admin, and everyone who supports him in the job that he needs to get done would be the leaves.
Law offices exist to serve clients. They must also meet ethical and professional obligations, including deadlines, confidentiality, and conflict rules. These responsibilities shape the design of the organization itself. Law firms vary widely. Solo practices, small firms, mid-sized firms, large firms. They also differ by areas of practice and types of legal services provided. Despite those differences, every firm relies on organization. When we talk about structure, we're not talking about hierarchy alone. It means defined roles and clear responsibility. Structure allows workflow to move with purpose. People understand who is responsible for what. Accountability becomes visible. It supports preparation, strengthens coordination, and makes effective representation possible. What does structure actually make possible inside a firm?
Structure makes it possible for us to win. If there's no structure, it falls apart at the root. So if there's no structure and people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're not trusted to perform their job and or not performing their job, it leaves it for the next person to do or redo on top of the job that they already have.
Law offices are organized into functional areas such as litigation support, intake, accounting, and office administration. Each area handles a different responsibility. Together, they coordinate the work that allows legal matters to move forward. Support staff, administrative professionals, and managers all contribute to how a law office functions. These roles sustain legal services. Outcomes depend on coordination, not just individual expertise. Legal work is collaborative. What surprises people most about how many roles are involved in legal work?
I think most people have a view of law firms from television. And like I said, it's already a prepared case. Most times when you're watching it, you already know the outcome from the show. Or sometimes it's, on the news, or we've all watched the OJ trial, or we all watched, high profile. We've always watched those kind of trials, and it is streamlined. The attorney knows all the answers to the questions. He's very on top. He's very sharp, but no one is seeing the background of that, the research, the time spent to get that sharp. Even to print a binder, you need your office services. For the research, you need the attorneys. For work product, you need the assistants. So there's a whole team of people that go the extra mile to have the attorney be able to present their case in a manner to where people who don't know the back workings are impressed. And I think that's the point of it, is that you shouldn't know, you know what I mean? That there are all these people who help this thing come to fruition.
Legal work moves in stages, from intake to research to drafting to filing. Each stage depends on the one before it. When structure is clear, that movement stays organized and on track. Organization promotes consistency, accuracy, and accountability in daily work. Tasks are completed in order. Information is reviewed before it moves forward. Responsibilities are clear. That structure allows the work to move smoothly. What happens when organization works the way it's supposed to?
It's streamlined. It's streamlined. If everyone knows what the job is and what they're supposed to do, everything is streamlined. And they also know if the job was not performed satisfactorily. I think the most important thing is that you want to make sure that whoever's presenting the case has the correct information in a way that it can be understood. And if anyone falters along the way, it can be disastrous.
Ethics and confidentiality are embedded in daily operations, from how information is stored to how communications are handled. They are responsibilities shared across the entire organization. Ethical practice is reinforced at every level. Structure turns ethical standards into daily practice. It defines roles. It shapes decisions. It creates accountability that can be sustained over time. Understanding changes experience. When people understand how systems work, uncertainty is reduced and participation becomes more informed. It shapes the confidence they bring to the process itself. Understanding provides direction. How does understanding the system change the experience for clients or the public?
I think that is actually the beauty of it in the question, is that the client shouldn't understand. The client should just see exactly what you see on TV. Your attorney shows up polished, they know the answers, and they've got it all under control. So I think the beauty of it is that the clients, the judge, opposing counsel shouldn't see it. It should look streamlined. I think the ultimate goal.
The systems may remain invisible in practice, but noticing what supports the work changes how we understand it. Over time, experience changes how a law office is understood. Early impressions often capture only part of the picture. Reflect on how your perception at the beginning of your career compares with what experience has revealed.
From the time I started, not to date myself, but there was a popular TV show out at one point, and one of the employees of the law firm enjoyed to wear short skirts and a blazer. That's how perceptions can occur, because when I started, I wore short skirts and a blazer because I believed that is what was appropriate for a law office. So I think my perspective clearly has changed, but it's also helped me understand that most people, their perspective is based on a TV show, and you don't know all of the inner workings. And so my perception of a law firm was that everyone in the law firm had a great time every day. There was no actual work going on. It was just you came in looking fabulous in your outfit and your blazer. It led me to pursue a career in the law firm based off the TV show. Now let's fast forward. I understand that that perception was completely wrong. We do have fun, you know, we do have a good time, but it's a very serious business. And it's not at all what they portray. We have, you know, make or break the company cases. And so I feel like the perception that you get on TV of corporate life in general is skewed.
Perception often begins with what is visible. Understanding begins when we notice what is not. Thank you for joining us for Inside the Firm, How Law Offices Are Organized, Why It Matters. This episode is part of The Firm Explained, a series created for general education and professional enrichment. We invite you to follow future episodes to share reflections or questions for upcoming discussions. You may contact us at info@legaltradeacademy.com.